morning. Welcome to Winnipeg. Okay, let's get the complaining out of the way. Yesterday I went out my e-bike in the afternoon. And when I first went out, I was probably about 10 minutes on the road, and there was a couple of other guys coming towards me, and I noticed they had their lights on. So I stopped, and I went to turn on my light, and when I went to go again, it wouldn't go. Well, what had happened was, I guess I'd accidentally turned the power off. I had a different pair of gloves on. We'll talk about them in a minute. Anyway, got it going, and I went for about another 5-10 minutes or so, and I noticed that my battery, which had been fully charged, had dropped in the first 15 minutes or so of going, I guess. It dropped from a full 5 bars down to 4 of 5. So I thought, well, I've never had that happen before in just such a short amount of time. And I put it down to the fact that I was going a little faster than usual. In fact, I was going about as fast as I could in level 1, which is about 23 kilometers an hour. And the fact that it was quite cold. I think it was only about 3-4 degrees Celsius. That's quite cold. And then I went out to Bird's Hill, and I turned around and I came back, and I was about halfway back, and it quit on me. And I had to duck walk it, or like a velocipede, you know, the old style bicycle that didn't have pedals. You just used your feet. So that's how I got to a place where I could get some help to get home. The guy came along with a truck. He threw the bike in the back of his truck, and he drove me home. He was coming this way anyway, but it all worked out. He wouldn't take anything for his trouble. I offered to pay him. Anyhow, where are we going there? So that was the first complaint. Okay, now, second complaint. I bought these heated gloves last year, and when I went on Amazon, one of the reasons why I chose these was not only because the price was reasonable, but I don't know if it was Amazon's choice or not, but anyway, they were highly recommended, like 4.5 stars out of 5, you know, that sort of thing. And there's quite a few views on it. But the main reason I got them is because you could get them in extra large. I don't know if you can read that, but it says 2X large. So they're extra large. Supposedly. But they're not. They're tight. And I should have sent them back as soon as I got them. You know, that's what I should have done. But I thought, no, I want them. I want to use them. It was, you know, so, but you know, what is it with this Asian-made stuff? They just don't know what large is. Or maybe it's because there's, you know, like 5 times as many Asian people as there is people like me. Maybe this is large to them, but here's where the knuckles go. You know, you see for your knuckles, but look at how they compare. That's extra large. You know, like I know I have big hands, but they're not that big. You know. Okay. Second complaint. When I take the file out of the camera and get it into my computer so I can edit it, afterwards, what I do is instead of just deleting the file out of the SD card, it's got a little micro SD card in here. I generally format the card. And it's I do that with a computer that's running right now as well. And I just push format the card, and I accidentally, instead of pushing format card, I tapped onto, like it's got a touch display on the back here. I touched onto factory reset. So I had to get my cell phone out and pair it up with the cell phone and get all the you know, the latest firmware and everything back, and then reset it for my settings, and now I'm hoping I've got it back the way it was. because the default settings aren't the way I want them. Although they're pretty good. All right. What else are we going to complain about here? We are ready for Missy the dog. Oh, good news. The walkers haven't quit. I saw them this morning. Yeah, I'll put them overhead. Okay, we are going to look at. Okay, today before we get going, we should look at our glue up job with the airbrush cleaner, and we should check and see how this turned out. I haven't touched this since yesterday. We've got to carefully get that thing unhooked there so I don't snap the connections off. Yeah, we're starting in step 47 today. Another thing I did was got a comment from a viewer. Remember I was talking yesterday about I didn't know what black stood for? Well, somebody who calls themselves, I don't know what his real name is, but his handle is Fishin' Tools. Anyway, he said black is compressed air, and then blue, fresh water, green, seawater, red, fire suppression, yellow, fuel, purple, anyway, and then orange, blue, etc., etc. I always thought that the blue was electricity. Anyway, who knows? So I printed it out. So 2 months from down the road, when I can't remember anymore, I'll check my piece of paper if I can remember where I put it. Maybe I'll put it on the wall somewhere. I almost need a pegboard. Okay, let's get going here. I think I pretty well covered all the complaints. Oh, one more thing I want to mention, and I've mentioned this before. If you send me an email, I may not see it until the next day. I check my email in the morning, and usually I'll check it again at night. But I check it early in the morning. So if you were to send me an email right now, I may not see it until tomorrow if I forget to check my email tonight. I don't know. It's one of my many faults. Yeah, surprisingly enough, I've got a few faults. Okay. I got that out of the way. Let's recompose here and take our helping hands off of this part here before we actually break something. Because the way it's hooked on right now, it could easily snap that rod off. So let's do that and see what we've got. I think all three places are still making contact there. Okay, let's get at it. My concern is that when I try to remove the alligator clip, because I'm a little bit on the shaky side, I'm going to put extra stress on those three connections. I think the first thing I'll do is get the weights out of there. Now, maybe I'm just sort of overreacting here, but I don't think so. Okay, now, the reason I took the weights out is because if I do move this a little bit, unless this is stuck to the paper, but I don't think it is. Yeah, all right. So we should be able to carefully do this here. Maybe if I was to get my angle a little bit different. Yeah, I think I can carefully do it this way. All right, now I'm 99% sure that all three connections are on, but maybe what we'll do is we'll stick the macro lens on here and just move right in and look at each one individually just for the fun of it. I want to know from my own curiosity as well here. And I think probably having it at on its upside down is the best way to look at it, yeah. it almost looks like this one has become a little bit crystallized, but I'm pretty sure it's a strong connection. Maybe I'll just touch it up with some paint there. Yeah, I'll just use the number 24, which is what is on the cabinet, and I'll try not to get too much of it up onto the onto that rod. At least that's the plan. Okay, I'm just going to be using my littlest brush here, and I don't think I need to play the painting music. We're not going to be that long here. Now this is the 24. Same paint as what we used in the spray. Now hopefully when that dries it'll just sort of all blend in. Now we are going to be looking at it from the other way up, so let's get underneath there just a little bit. Did I miss anything? Yeah, I think on the front there. Yeah, once that dries, it's going to, well, from arm's length, we're not even going to see it. Okay, this looks like it's still wet, but it's not. See if I can hold this down with one hand and poke in with my knife with the other hand. Otherwise it's going to move around on me. Or maybe I could hold it with my fingers here. Yeah, that's dry. Now, what about right here on the end? Remember, we were wondering about. It was kind of almost powdery where it broke off or was cut off there. Yeah, you can see that the melding did actually work quite well. Okay, so the viewers that say it's the same as the Tamiya Extra Thin, they're sort of right. It does the same thing. I don't know if it does it as fast. Maybe this was not a very good comparison because I should have maybe done two identical pieces at the same time. One with the Tamiya Airbrush Cleaner and one with the Tamiya Extra Thin. But anyway, I think we beat this one to death too, didn't we? Okay, I think I'm about as done with this piece as I want to go here. We got as many decals on as I'm going to put on. All the wheels are on. And yeah. And if I'm very careful, I'm not going to break this off. And I don't know if you can see or not, but on the end there where I painted, it's sort of all blended in nicely. At least I think it has. Okay, let's put this in a safe place until we actually need it, which may not be for quite a while. I hope. Well, actually, no, I don't hope that. Well, Max almost beat you in. Yes.
Oh, big wind out of the south. Thank you for saving my newspaper this morning.
Okay, you saw that already, huh?
Did you get my return email?
No, in fact, I just made an announcement on YouTube. I don't always get my emails right away. Well, I get them right away. I just don't read them right away. Yeah, I was looking at my window and I thought, what's that over there in Max's mailbox? And I realized, of course, it was the newspaper. It was just about ready to to leave the country.
I picked it up, the box, and I thought, boy, she really mangled it this morning. I didn't realize the wind may have come up too since she delivered it.
Could have been, yeah. Because I saw them deliver it. Delivered around 20 after 6 this morning.
The south wind is blowing in warm temperatures, eh? Plus 10 today.
Oh, well, we'll be able to get out.
Yeah. What are you riding today?
I might go out on the motorcycle if it's plus 10.
Yeah. That'll be nice.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. No, chew it, Missy. Come on, chew it. That's better. Yeah. Hey, Missy, you gonna say goodbye? You gonna say goodbye to me? Hmm? Thanks for coming again. Thanks for coming.
Thanks, Ron.
Okay, we'll see ya. Ah, nice day out here.
Yes, sunny. Windy though.
See you later.
Thanks, Ron.
Missy the dog. Missy the dog. Okay. On with step 47. Oh, we were going to put this away, weren't we? Well, maybe I could just drop it in this tray here. Okay, it's just a coincidence right now is exactly 12 noon. Step 47 here. It needs a lot of new plastic parts. And these little brackets right here that get glued into place, it looks like, yeah, in these slots all the way along, they are to hold up a plastic pipe. Well, this pipe. We'll pretend it's not plastic. But that won't be until step 48. But what I'm starting to say is that I'm wondering if maybe they should have been glued in before I sprayed this, because it seems that, according to the painting and marking guide, it looks like they are the same color as the overhead, in other words, the 338. Well, it's too late now. Well, it's not a big deal, I guess. Maybe the thing to do with them is paint them after they are glued in place, and that way I can cover up the glue at the same time as get the part painted. It's just sort of like a shelf bracket or something, that kind of thing. However, what I originally wanted to say was we've got to make the holes for the 4 lights, and I don't know, should I maybe drill them out before? Yeah, I think we should drill those holes out before we get the brackets on, and that way there'll be less chance of bending a bracket while I'm messing around making holes. At least that's the plan for right now. Okay, this light is this hole, which is this one right here. The next one is this hole. The third one is this hole. Now I'm marking these because some of the holes are very similar. And the fourth light is way down here. Okay. Yeah, we'll get those drilled out. I think I'm going to call it quits for this afternoon, folks. I got the sprues out that we need. There's one piece we need off of the X sprue and the pardon me, X, Y, Z. We need X. Mostly they're the X and the Y. Oh, I see what it is. The lights are on the Z sprue or Z sprue, and but we're not going to be bothering with them because we're drilling them out. But there was something else I saw on Z, I thought. But maybe not. Okay. Yeah, looks like most of it is on the X and the Y sprues, which we've got going on here. But I'm going to do that later. Thanks for watching, everybody. And all being well, we're going to see you tomorrow.